Hello, good evening. I have returned and I have Planet Zoo. And I think I know what my plans were because of what exactly I was looking at. So I think I'm ahead. I think I'm ahead despite the time off that I took for the vacation. So when I loaded in, this was the site that greeted me. So I am pretty sure that I was going to put in an enclosure for some more owls. And I know what owls I wanted to do, but first I'm going to flashbang everybody. There we go. Including me. Oh boy. But yes, what I wanted to do was to make an enclosure for the barn owls here. So I'm just going to remove the owls that aren't the barn owls. Like so. I'm not sure if I'm actually going to use this one rather than the classic one, but we shall see. Now, first things first, let's take this garbage can and put it right here. Hopefully I will not live to regret that. Now, I think I'm going to be doing a fairly large enclosure for the barn owls here because I think I actually have like a covered wagon in here somewhere that I would really like to use in here, but it means that I'm going to have to use some extra space. So let me see if I can find it. As I scroll through all of my various glorious blueprints, if I remember, I wonder, does it actually have wagon in the name? It does! See, we have this really nice covered wagon here. Which I'm just going to put down there right now because let's just take out all of this extra stoof so that I just have the wagon. Like so. And then I have this wagon that I can move around to my heart's content. Why does it have a bucket underneath? Ah, well. Answers that I don't actually need. So, I have the wagon. I don't think I have a barn, but let's find out. I have a red barn, which doesn't really go, I don't think. Oh, and it's way too big. Oh boy. Oh, that's much too large. It's a barn house, though. I think I can use this. Partially. The question is, how much of it will I use? only really want the front of it, I think. Okay, let's drop it somewhere where I can work with it. We'll take it over here. And oh yes, first thing to do, turn off all the climbing. And then we'll just take that out and take these out because the owls would destroy them. And yeah, I think I'll keep the front part with the open door, but not the back part. Oh my, there's quite a bit here. This barn is fancier than I realized. But never fear, I will get through this somehow. My goodness. I mean, I admire the attention to detail. But once again, this is using small pieces when they could have used larger pieces. Okay. See, why use all these little tiny pieces when you could have used bigger pieces? Also, why is this side so different from the other side? I don't understand. Probably because of the door. Whoop. Okay, undo that, undo that. Oh, oh, it looked symmetrical. See, I pretty much just want it like this. Okay. So I will attempt to argue it into submission here. Did I turn off auto stacking at some point? Why? That is a mystery. Like that. And like that. Okay. Like that. Like that. Let's match this up this way as much as I can. And then come to understand why they did it this way. Of all the foolish things. Okay, I can fix it. We just bring the door out just a touch. Just far enough. That's never going to be right, but you know what? Close enough. Okay, now this. If I delete that, yep. Make sure it doesn't stick all the way through. That's good. Well, that's irritating. I'm not sure what to do about that one spar sticking out the back. But that is a much smaller barn now. Oh, I didn't finish the roof. I mean, I want to use this barn, I just don't know if I can. How do I make it small enough? Oh. Right place, but not the right place. I want to use this. I just can't quite figure out how. Although I do think that I'm onto something with what I'm doing here. Hmm. You are... okay, you're all taken care of here. Okay. I think I have an idea. Although I think this barn may still be too tall. But let me grab a wall. I want to put down a grid wall piece. Um, I'm not sure the Arctic wood is the right choice. I might be overdoing it on these particular tones. But it's also like this is... let's turn down the grid height so that I can mess with this. The main problem with this idea is that there isn't any curved mesh or anything like that. It also becomes a question of just how straight do the train tracks run here. The answer is pretty darn straight, actually. Which will definitely work to my advantage here. Oops, made that a little high on that side apparently. But that is actually to my advantage in its own way. that group, grab this group. Adjust this so that it's inside that bloody wall. Hopefully. I'm not going to be... Actually, no wait. I can put in a fake door if I put it in under here. But yeah, if I do it like this... And then the barn occupies the majority. Although we're gonna have to remove the weather vane because it is telling on me. Like this. And we'll grab one of these. This one maybe? Do. And we dump that back here. Sort of like that. And then the main question becomes the viewing, more than anything else. Although I'm gonna make the... There's not going to be viewing from the train here, which will cover this up. Like this. Oh, it's tight. Like so. and like... Come on. Just far enough to not have that gap there. Okay, that works to my advantage. And, okay, exit that group, this group, just this far. And that far. Like that. Still not sure how I'm going to deal with that curve, but I'm getting happier about what's going on here. And like if we take this, and we just sort of pop it into this window here. Like that. Oh yeah. All right, let's continue. Because these walls aren't going to make themselves tall enough on their own, unfortunately. What the heck is going on here? Why? is going on here? Okay, the 2s go on. Oh, wait, the 4s just changed their minds. I may have to take the spire off this barn, but I think that'll be worth it. But if I do like that, and then just take the spire off the barn, I can make this work, I think. And turn on angle snap. Okay, basically line this up with there. It does go through the roof just a little. I'm gonna have to rise just a little bit more. That far? Perfect. And I have to do it this way to make sure I stay at the right height. But that's fine. Okay. main question is, if I put a solid line across the top like that, yeah, that really does cover up all of my good work. So that is definitely not going to work. But if I do like that, I think that's going to be better. I do like having that curved corner. I'm not sure how to deal with it. I don't think I'm going to bother faking a staff entrance on this one. I apologize. Like this. Like that. Can't get them to match, can I? No, that is definitely not going to be working for me. What if I were to use the round ones instead? Yeah, I think the round ones are going to work for me better. I think for sheer convenience I might have to give up the round bit, but I like it. Like this, maybe? It's gonna look a little awkward, but maybe I can pull it off anyway. Nope. Okay, what if we go to glass? Because I know we have some... If I do like this... If I do like this, it's not exactly my vision, but wait a minute. If I do the curve in glass, Wait. If I like do it like this. Okay, yeah, I have an idea. And then I can use the mesh for this part. And I just have to run some sort of pipe along the walls. And the marquee beam is not going to do it this time. It's too narrow. Although I can make it work along the bottom portion. But the outside edges are going to have to be something else. Okay, let's see what sort of thicker metal beams I have. Cast iron fence, much too small. Those are my beloved marquee beams. Oh yes, I did get the America's Animal Pack. And you know what? I think that's just about the right width. It's so tiny though. I shall put it here as a possibility. What else have I got? Have I got anything longer than that, please? See, this is exactly the right width, and it comes in longers. Yeah. Yep. That is not the right color, but I will fix it. Like that. Just gonna bring that down here for color matching purposes. Oh man, it's so light. Why is it so light? Do I have anything that will be a darker color? That's just about the right width. Can I make it color match? I can make it color match. Okay. Okay. Duplicate 4 meter. Correct color. It's actually just a little bit wider, but well, if that's what I gotta do, that's what I gotta do. Sometimes sacrifices must be made. Like so. Okay, and then like this. And like that. And I can't make this way work. It's fine. Might be a job for my beloved little teeny marquee bar, actually. Come on. That'll do. It's not quite the right color. But it is just about the right size. And color can be adjusted. Closer. I have it sticking out too far, I think, but... Still a little too copper, but I will live with it, I think. All right. Oh. Let's turn that back up to 30, shall we? Oh lordy, I'm gonna need the marquee beam. Oh, it's not gonna look right unless I do. That deep. See, and this is where the more coppery color actually helps. Where is the end? Oh. Okay, that's pretty bad. Let's bring that down a little. This is too narrow. That's so annoying. That and that. Bring it out like more like that. And like like that. Copy those. Save myself some headaches. Like that. Okay, that is much better. And you know, before I go putting all the mesh on here, I think I should put the other barn owl in. I'm not going to use the melanistic one. I put the other one in this tree here. Okay, and then remove that. And let's paint some ground. I am mainly doing the sand for texture. We're gonna come back with the soil. More like that. Okay, and then where are my notes? Let's see. Barn owl, North and South America. Open country. Well, that doesn't actually help very much, but nature, plants, filter that by continent to North and South Central. And you know what? Let's limit that biome to temperate. And whoop. Hey, cooperate. What the? Oh, it's the Timberwolves. Okay. Let's see. Anything else useful? I like the Gilder rose bushes, but I don't know that they're actually going to help in this situation. Although I am going to put this back here. Where it's never going to be visible, but it is going to make things pretty. No, not the ferns. Not the meadow buttercup either, although we are getting closer there. just do it like this. It'll be easier. Subtlety is the name of the game here. I could do more than that, but I really don't feel like it. Let's see here. Too big. And that will be a nice little food tray in there that I'm not going to put any food in because I don't have anything that looks like meat. I'll call that good. Okay. The only thing I still need are some lights because, yeah, my owls, they are not very visible. Of course, I also need the mesh, but, you know, we're going to start with lights. Too bright, way too bright. Send that bit underground. Tilt it so it's not lighting the grasses weirdly. Like that. Remember that random rotation is still turned on. Why does it keep grabbing the blue when I want the red? Well, there is no way I'm not going to be lighting something up a little weird here, but... There. Now, back to this. Do. Now I want this to basically be centered on my really coppery thing here. Kind of like that. Like that. And like that. Whoop, no. Like that. Do. Beautiful. And grab all those sheets. Duplicate. Like so. Beautiful. Okay. Now, how do I want to do it up here? I can't run the girders all the way around, unfortunately. Okay, what if we go back to... and look in here for glass. There should be a flat, curved glass roof, right? So if I do like this, and then we take this, duplicate, I see a thing that I need to do. This. Need to bring this over here like this. Just line that sucker up. Like that. And then we just sort of rest this on top of that. Like that. It's going to look a little different, but it'll be fine. Like that. Okay. And then this and this. No! Why does that work, but the other one didn't? Also, why is it sliding ever so slightly off kilter? I don't understand, but apparently I'm gonna have to do these ones one at a time. Okay. And that goes there. Okay, then these all come with me. And extend that to there. Realize I don't know where that goes anymore. Try again. And then like this. And then all of these. My goodness, those dogs are emphatic. Well, wolves. Those wolves are very emphatic. Like that. And like this. And so on and so forth. It'll look really nice. It will. It's just really annoying to set up. Since I can't do the whole grid on its own, which is very annoying. Why it ever so slightly goes sideways, I do not know. But since it does, we'll just do it like this. Actually, more like this. Yeah, like that. And then grab all these. No person who is actually building a building would do it like this. There would be this little ledge in here. That would be insanity. But okay, there we go. Now I am ready for the mesh. Okay, come on. And interesting. Okay. It's fine. Like that. And like that. That. And I will figure out this side later. Like this. And then this panel like this. Too far. Just right. There. nearly finished. I just need a sign. I've been using the New World signs because they've got a light. Getting closer. There it is. And I'm going to put it right here to basically hide the weird thing that this window's doing. Like this. We'll squish it back a little. Too far. Barn owl. Text body. Need whatever text takes up the largest amount of space. What is the biggest thing here? I think Noto Sands might actually be the biggest one. Huh. Alright then. And facilities, media devices, and education. Plonk down that vista point there. Call it Barn Owl. And remember one last thing. Facilities, security. And just put that in there. And like that. Actually nudge it this way just a little. There. And now nobody is going to be stepping into the owl enclosure while enjoying the vista point. And duplicate. Ta-da! So now people will come and look at the barn owl. And I am feeling pretty good about that enclosure. Yeah, that is feeling pretty good, I'd say. Hello, grunty ones. Oh, aren't you beautiful? You are beautiful. All of you are beautiful. And I do believe I remembered to put your food up to type, the best type. I did. I ought to be able to tell that from all of the watermelons and stuff in here, but I like to be certain. Are people enjoying the deer? You can get a good view of the European fallow deer from here. Seeing a European fallow deer so clearly is awesome. I will cherish this memory forever. Okay, okay, they're liking it. They're liking it. And the deer seem quite happy with it too, so... Excellent. And people are enjoying the barn owls as they should. Still don't know what to call this restaurant. It's a pain in my heart. But it does seem to be a reasonably popular restaurant, at least. Okay, I think that I spent so much time building that owl enclosure that I should just fill in a section of the snake garden and call it a night. So, what is left? I've got this weird little corner here, this weird little corner here, this odd area here that I do want to try and use the papyrus in somehow. Along with something, obviously. And I've got this section here, which is very large, and I'm at something of a loss. I still do love what I did with the foxgloves here. This is definitely one of my better works here. I enjoy that. Okay, well, I had the idea of using the papyrus in this area, so I should figure out what I'm combining with the papyrus. Something that's not too fluffy, because the papyrus is already fluffy and so are these bushes, so... Okay, let's go to nature and turn off those tags I had on. turn on random rotation. Not quite right. Along the right line, but not quite right. But yeah, I think something low-ish that the papyrus can come up out of. These are not it. You know, that's tempting. They're the same color, so they look like they could be the same plant. I need some sort of flower, though. You know, I think we may have some winners from the beginning of the alphabet. Let's bring you over here for now. Bring you in here. We don't actually need to sync you very much, do we? Alright, let's start. We need some solid coverage here. You know, I think this is the right choice. I think this is a good idea. Just keep working my way along here. I don't have to get 100% coverage with the alpine current because I have two other plants that I'm going to be coming through here with. Well, we do want some fairly solid coverage. And it's okay if it sticks through the fence a little bit. That's actually realistic. So we'll just keep keeping on here. Like this. careful it doesn't come up through the path part. You can trick the brain to think that it's just lying on top of the curb, but out of the path, much less so. I've got it coming up out of the path right after I said all that. Like this. Yeah. Whoops. Okay, now just gotta fill in this middle portion. I said I didn't want anything too bushy, and then what did I do? I picked a whole bunch of bushy things. But at least they're bushy in a different way than the hawthorn is. Okay, that's good. Now we'll take these. Give them a good sink. Bring them along here. Realize I'm drifting away from the path, which is bad. I am loving the density of flowers here. my way along this fence. And along the hawthorns. A density of flowers indeed. That will do nicely. Then we grab the papyrus. And basically use it to soften and fill this whole lot. Gotta be careful not to hang too much through the fence here. Okay, whoop. Like that. Okay, let's see here. I think I need a bit just right here, but I'm gonna drop it lower than the others. There. Okay. Well, I'm never fixing that one bit, so we're just going to pretend to ourselves that that's the leaf that fell onto the path. I think that turned out very nicely. Okay, so I'm just going to delete my yeah, I am liking that. Yeah, that worked out really nicely. Those three plants went together really well. Although I do think that this one bit might be sticking up just a little too far. So let's just bring that down a little. Much better. That looks so awesome. I love it. Yes. And you see, the people are very happy when they walk through areas like this because it's extremely well decorated. Although this person really needs the toilet, but that is a problem. Where is the nearest toilet? Oh, it's right over here, right? Yeah, I put a toilet in right here. Although apparently my caretakers are not coming through as often as they should be, but... So yeah, the snake garden is really making me happy, decor-wise. I do think that this thing that I did with the foxgloves is still my favorite. But over here with the papyrus and the alpine holly, and the alpine holly, what was this again? Alpine sea holly, and the alpine currants, and the papyrus. Very nice, very happy. Yes, feeling very good. Okay, so there's still this large area that I'm not 100% sure what to do with yet. I do like having these two things here, so I'd like to work with them or around them as I can. But I'm not 100% sure what I want to do there. So there's that large area and these two smaller areas. Like, they are conjoined, but I'm thinking of them as two different areas. This one will be easier than the other because it's got the tree in it, so I can just work around that. This is going to be a little harder because it's such a weird shape. And most of the plants are round, you see, which is going to be an issue. But we'll work with it. Why do the educators keep giving talks on the stairs? I can fix this. Just take these. And fool the eye just enough that they stop flickering. Nice. Is it flickering on the other side too? No. I do know one other place where I have to do flicker checks besides these stairs, but it's going to be a while before I'm out by main station again. So every time I go by main station, I'm trying to fix a little bit of the flickering. Because there's a lot of flickering at main station on the train. But yeah, this is good. I only have 3 sections left in the snake garden. It's a miracle. Admittedly, there's still stuff to be done around the eastern part of the zoo. More has been done than is left to do, but there's still stuff left to do. I did get under this tree, and I'm still quite happy with all the poppies. But, whoop, over here, this tree is still standing in bare lawn, and I feel like I can do better than that, and I should do better than that. And yeah, something has to be done around here. This is not good. And I probably should do something like right here, but I'm putting it off. I am fairly content with these trees, although I didn't I mow that? Hold on a moment. I feel like I should do something. I don't really love the mowed grass. I like the long grass even less. But yeah. It's just so flat, the short grass. Maybe I just go a little nuts right now with the buffalo grass. I also think maybe I should give the staff a fence. Although I can't really fence this. But I can fence this. The main question in my mind is, why didn't I connect this path to this path? When it would make so much sense. Like if I did like that, it does look a little bit weird, but it's better for the staff than having to go around all the time. Okay, fence. Think like a little wooden fence. Like maybe the picket fence that I used over at the arachnid house, but upside down. Maybe? I like the rustic fence too. Let's use the rustic fence. Now this is a little trick that I use sometimes. If I bring it down, then it's easier to line it up. Turn angle snap back on because I know this stuff is running at right angles. Like that. And then pray a little. Thank you. Is this not at right angles? Ah, well, one way or another, I will make it work. Okay, see, that works perfectly. Okay. Like that. And like that. Oh. Well, that's a problem. Use that to cover the seam. There. Yeah, that feels much better. Okay, and I think what we want is the buffalo grass here. Just a little bit. It's okay that random rotation isn't on anymore. Because the grass doesn't look too different when you rotate it or when you don't rotate it. The slope around here is nuts. Getting the grass to just show is tricky. Okay. Just a little bit. Not too much. We don't want to look out of control. We just don't want to look perfect. Perfectly manicured never looks right. Okay. I am feeling much better about everything already. Life ain't perfect and lawns ain't perfect. Not even golf courses are perfect. There. I think I may have overdone it just a little bit around here. That's better. Some places where I'm getting it a little too long. Because I really only want the barest tips sticking up. Like that. Yeah, I am much more content with that. Like putting in these little trees here, that was a good choice. I did well on that. But we just need a little grass. A little grass. some grassiness. Bring that over here. Now this, we want to try for the grassy texture, but without ever touching the red pandas. Because the red pandas have enough foliage already. And I don't know how they feel about the buffalo grass, to be honest. I had never actually checked the tags. Okay. There is nothing about the grass texture around here. The little human intervention can't help. Also, that's not buffalo grass in there, is it? Nope, it's asters. Okay. You don't detect the buffalo grass, do you, baby? Nope, it looks like I succeeded in not having it touch them. Alright, excellent. Good. And the staff are using the shortcut that I put in. That's excellent. That's a little too long. Much better. There. Oh, and I'm back at the restaurant, which I'm still very proud of. I especially love the windows that people can look out at the trains from. Do need to do a little more with this, but probably doesn't need much more than the grass treatment that I just gave the other area. Still gotta do something about these bridges. All of them are rather unsupported. And I should really do something about that. I just hadn't gotten around to it. I love these vista points, making it seem like people are actually looking at my animals that aren't actually animals. Because yeah, these guys, I say, they are admiring the barn owl. I have treasured looking at the European fallow deer so much that I'm never going to clean my eyeballs. Well, okay. The deer are popular. Okay, let's do a management check. The red panda are the most appealing habitat species. The spectacled flying foxes are the most appealing exhibit species, of course. Guests. We seem to have universal happiness. Small steam train is really good value. Time to go home. So glad toilet bot 10 is free. Ticket price is great. Zoo is spacious. Want to go on the steam train. This place has great scenery. Yes, I've been working very hard. The zoo is great. I want to go on the steam train. The overall needs are all green. I'm obviously not making enough money to support the zoo, but that's why I'm in sandbox mode. Ha ha! Okay, staff. Do we have anybody who is overworked? We have a keeper who is underworked. We have 2 keepers who are underworked, and they're both in the southeast zone. Fun. But I haven't gotten an alert on my deer this entire time, so... let's see. My educators are doing well. Neither overworked nor underworked. We have a couple of underworked mechanics still. That's a surprise. I thought I didn't have enough mechanics for a zoo of this size, but I guess I'm wrong. Our very underworked security guard. And so many caretakers who feel like they're underworked, and yet I keep seeing garbage and things that haven't been cleaned up. What the heck? And all of my vendors are either green or underworked. That's pretty awesome. So, we're looking pretty good. I'm quite happy on that count. And... well, I've got all the mechanic research, so I've got the new pack stuff. And... transport, obviously the steam train is the most popular. The East Station is the most popular station, interestingly enough. Oh, and look at that. We're only losing $1,652.40 a year. I should probably put up the price on that. Let's see. Nobody's died. Don't care about the audiovisual. Education. Guests have learnt the most about saltwater crocodiles. Huh. And the African crested porcupine. And the tapir. Oh, what a surprise. All the places that they walk by. Oh, of course. Okay. As especially, they keep taking shortcuts through the porcupines, so they learn about them without even wanting to. I am losing a lot of money. Let's not look at that part. This is mainly because I'm limiting the number of people who can be in my zoo. I'm just trying to keep my processing costs under control. So I said that there could only be 2,000 people in the zoo at a time, which is going to make it interesting as the zoo gets bigger, but it also means that I am not making as much profit as I should be on all the stuff that I've put in here. Like, it should be chock-a-block people in here. It should absolutely be like an insane number of people in this zoo with all the stuff that I've already put in. but I limited it just to make it easier. And man, this station is popular. I would have thought that main station would be more popular because the train goes by more exhibits out of main station. But, guess not. And the African wild dogs are looking real good and healthy and happy. And beautiful. I just love that they all have different patterns. I got very lucky on that. I mean, there's only so many patterns. I figured I was bound to get repeats, but yeah, except for the river, which I can't do anything with until I finish it. Alas. Oh, there goes the alert for the deer again. I spoke too soon, apparently. See, people shortcut through this building all the time, so they learn about the porcupines without even trying. Because I've got the speakers all over here. It's because they go through that building instead of taking the path outside. This is mainly because I didn't actually put anything on the path outside to draw them to be here. Especially since I had to block everyone from using this path. But yeah, people keep going through the porcupine building when they are going between this point and this point. And there's nothing I can do about it at all. Okay, tell me about the fallow deer habitat. I was hoping that if I just, left them to it, that they would come and clean it, but no. Oh my goodness, that is a lot of poop. Oh my. Would you? Yes, thank you. Clean up. Do your job. Come on. Clean it all. Every last nodule. Vacuum them all. Yes, do it. Do it for the zoo. There's so much poop. Okay, we no longer have a cleanliness alert on the deer. I mean, I did know that it was going to be a problem when I put this many deer in here. But, I thought that by assigning multiple keepers to it, that would take care of the problem, He's never going to be able to leave now, you see, because he's stuck in a cleaning cycle. Oh, now he's inspecting. They're not hungry, no. They're filthy, but they're not hungry. He's never going to be able to leave because they're just never going to stop pooping. He's trying to escape. He's free! You know what? I am gonna scooch this a little further away from the train. There. I still have to decide which animal to put here. I have several possibilities and I just cannot decide. But yes, I think the next time I play Planet Zoo, I'm going to continue around. The question is, do I continue around from here for the Eurasian eagle owls? Or do I continue around over here with the small-toothed palm civet? You know what? Let's do the civets next, while I'm still deciding what animal to put over there and how exactly to support the Timberwolf staircases. Like these ones, I don't worry about so much, but the ones that go over the train tracks, I do have concerns about. And these ones, here and here, well, not so much this one here, but this one here gives me concerns. Like all the ones that stick out and then go down rather than going straight down, those bother me. I need to put something under them to keep my brain from saying, hey, that's about to fall over. So I'm going to think about that, but in the meantime, I'm going to set up to do the small-toothed palm civet next time, which means I do have to do some research and find out what their habitats in zoos generally look like. So I've got quite a large space, but I've got very small animals. So this is going to be interesting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a real nice view of the zoo here. The glorious mountains and the places that I have built, particularly the places that I've built today. Haha. And this is where I will call it a night. So I'm just going to save the zoo manually because I did a lot of work tonight. Save that, save that, save it, yes. And this is where I am going to call it a night. And I will return to Planet Zoo next Monday. But you know, before I talk about my schedule, I really should mention my YouTube channel, which is where you can see my streams of Planet Zoo in between my streams of Planet Zoo, because I have them all archived there. In fact, I have almost all of my streams archived on my YouTube channel, and there's a playlist there where you can find anything that you can find a playlist for anything that I've streamed twice or more on my channel, just to make things convenient and easy. So you can see the entire progress of the Nocturne Zoo, including me coming up with its name and all of that glorious stuff on my YouTube channel. And I will be back streaming again on Wednesday night at as close to 7 p.m. as we have enough people together to form a game. I'll be playing either Among Us or Scribble It or 100% Orange Juice with my friends, depending on how many people show up. Among Us is the game that we play when we have the largest possible number of participants. It has admittedly been some time since we've had enough people to play it, but hope springs eternal. 100% Orange Juice is the game that takes the least number of people because it's 4 players or less, so we tend to play that the most often. It is a board game that is basically Anime Mario Party, and it is glorious chaotic fun. And if we happen to have too many people for 100% Orange Juice but not quite enough for Among Us, that's when we go to Scribble It, which is a Pictionary style game where one person draws, everyone else guesses what that person is drawing, and whoever whoever has the largest number of points at the end of 3 rounds wins the game. And then, usually around 10:15 or 10:20 or so, when my friends abandon me because apparently you need to sleep at night in order to be able to be awake in the morning to go to your job, well, that's when I'm going to be switching over to my solo Valheim server, where I have been gradually working my way through the game. I am currently in between biomes. I defeated the mountain boss, but I decided to do a bunch of prep before I went to the plains, just to build things ahead of time, so that when I get my hands on the stuff from the plains that I will be ready to work with it. So I've just been taking care of that, and the next thing on my personal agenda is I wish to tame some wolves. Now, it has been some time since I played Valheim because I had a little problem where my mouse broke, and I had to wait for a new mouse, and then I had to learn how to use my new mouse before I could go and play Valheim. This is because I use a specialty mouse. I use what is termed as an MMO mouse, which has a lot of extra buttons, but also has certain functions that I have not, I don't know how to play without them anymore. So the mouse that I used to use got discontinued by its manufacturer, so I had to find a new mouse that did the same thing, and now trying to learn how to use it. I'm still clicking the right click more often than I mean to. It is a slightly different shape than my previous mouse, so it's all grand fun. We're going to see how that goes in Valheim on this Wednesday. Then on Thursday night, starting at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, I will be playing Oxygen Not Included for Try Not to Die Thursday. In that, the quest or creation of hydrogen continues. My quest appears to be fruitless, which means I'm going to have to make my own hydrogen, which means I need to come up with some sort of power solution for making my hydrogen. That isn't the hydrogen. I know how to make a self-powering oxygen machine so that I can, always have air in my base without having to go through algae at an amazing clip, but I don't know how to power the whole thing without capturing the hydrogen for power. So this is a new thing that I'm going to have to figure out, and I'm going to start doing that, hopefully, on Thursday. We'll see what else I get distracted with in the meantime. And then on Sunday night, starting at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, I'll be playing Baldur's Gate 3, where I am going to be backing up. I'm going to be backing up a significant amount. I did not realize that going after a certain item would be the end of the chapter that I'm in. I don't want to end the chapter yet. There's still a lot of prep that I need to do. There's stuff that I need to clear up in the most literal of terms, or clear out, as the case may be. She said, giggling evilly in the back of her head, that she's not going to share with the rest of you because I can't do it on command. But, so yes, I will be backing up to an older save in Baldur's Gate 3 and going forward from that without going for the thing that ends the chapter that I'm in. So I did make a mistake. I did waste a lot of time. I apologize for that. I will be fixing it this upcoming Sunday, I hope. Or at least I'll be starting to fix it this upcoming Sunday. And then next Monday night, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, I shall return to Planet Zoo for Management Monday, where I'm going to build an enclosure for these palm civets. I'm hopefully going to have decided what animal I'm going to put in that one enclosure over there, and once I put that animal in, there will be a food court to put in. There's 2 more spots to fill in the snake garden. There's a few more places that need decor, but the eastern section is nearly ready for me to turn my attention away from it and towards the central section of the zoo, which has been woefully ignored this entire time. So that is the overall plan, and we'll see how much of that actually gets done next Monday. So that is my upcoming schedule, all the games that I'm going to be playing, and everything that I intend to do in those games, as much as I can or will plan ahead for anything. But whether I have a plan or not, I still have a lot of fun, and I've had so much fun tonight, and I hope that all of you have had at least as much fun as I have, and I hope that you all have a great night. Good night!